I'm Chad Eckert. That's not Eric Martins. And you're still watching the Fantasy Golf Pod. And you can follow us, as always, on Twitter at Fantasy Golf Pod. It's Monday morning. It's bright and early. I got coffee, not beer.
I've already had mine, too.
Nobody's working today, I don't think. Or if they are, they're fools. There's a worldwide pandemic, and there's no sports. So there's nothing to occupy us. There's no names to click. And with that said, I've been trying to get people in the industry in the know to come chat with me and give us some perspective, try to learn some things. And today, I've got the one and only Eric Patterson from The Score, an actual business, an actual editor.
An actual, yeah.
Well,
I mean, quotation marks around all those things, but
exactly. Yeah, we're hashtag not experts. We know this. EPat, welcome. EPatGolf on Twitter. You definitely have seen him because he's gone viral with us. That's great. That's what we love. Thanks for joining us. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. Yeah, no, people will probably recognize my Twitter avatar for having a Fleetwood and long hair, but I'm sorry to disappoint. I look nothing like him.
That's okay. Well, let's talk about this, though. We have a relationship. We kind of have a mutual viral relationship because we both got off on Bryson last year. He slow played the crap out of one hole, which prompted me to look up when he putted 2.5 minutes just to make or miss an 8-foot putt. Both those things just took off. I think one of our videos got almost 3 million views or something. Everybody was they're like changing the rules of golf because of us, dude. Like, how great is that? It's good to
That was a wild time.
That was so fun.
The amount of time I spend, probably yourself, watching golf, it's, those golf TV, PGA Tour live streams are so frustrating. And I was just watching Bryson. I'm like, God damn, what's this guy doing? Dude, walking around on the fairways, pacing it out. So I had to record this. And then that kind of caught on. And then later in that round, he took 2 minutes to miss an 8-foot putt. So
it was brilliant.
That was pretty crazy. They were talking about that for a while. Yeah.
So what happened? Okay, we can explain it, I guess. Like, the background is you watch golf probably just as much as me. We're just obsessed with watching golf. And so we're always constantly seeing the bizarre, the unordinary, the weird little quirks that happen. And we kind of post them and let people who are at work and who actually have the real jobs and have to do things and can't watch this stuff 24/7. We have the ability to just give them that glimpse of that clip. And we've been doing that. You've been doing that. You've had several of these, right? Like,
I just, as soon as I found out you can just record your screen on your iPhone, I mean, it kind of taken off from there. But yeah, little things here and there. I try not to, it's a tight balance between what you can and cannot post because some of it's legal, some of it's not. But I mean, none of my stuff's been taken down, so I guess I'm doing all right so far.
Yeah, I had to Google fair use laws and look some of that up. And
worst case, they just send you a message and say, take it down. You take it down.
Right. Yeah. No, we've put all these videos on YouTube, and PGA Tour will come across and just copyright them, and they're taking the ads and the info from our videos. So it's kind of
well, is what it is. But
you also encouraged me at one point to post the video from the Waste Management Phoenix Open of BB McGee. I was nervous, like you said. I mean, we're not sure what we can post or how this works, and it's not my video. I'm not in Phoenix taking the video. I just got it from a buddy who got it from a buddy. And I was like, hey, check it out. It's funny.
Like, I saw that. I was like, you have to put that up immediately. And then I'm not sure what happened to that video, but I saw it on Instagram through a few accounts. And it was just, it's one of those scenes at Waste Management that people want to see. They expect to see, and you had it.
And so like a couple randoms from over like in Europe and Germany and stuff, they hit me up and they're like, can I use that video? Or give me the guy who filmed it and I'll talk to him. I'm like, go ahead.
I know. Yeah.
We know, dude. It does. Like, I got 3 million views on that Bryson field. It got me, 600 followers? Like, I don't get any money off of this stuff. We're not making $1 million off of posting these viral videos, are we?
That's, I've experienced that because I've been doing people might think I hate Bryson, but I actually love the guy. He's a content master. He's always in the news. I'm always talking about him. So I'm kind of obsessed with him from a off the course type of point of view. And I've been, I was ripping videos from his Twitch stream and people from like all over asking, can I use your video? I'm like, first of all, not my video. I just, Twitch probably owns it or Bryson owns it. So yeah, go nuts. But that's the stuff I love doing. Right? I love following, like, obviously you can watch as much golf as you can, but it's the off course stuff that, kind of keeps me
like
entertained.
Bryson playing video games is what you're saying.
Yeah, he says stupid things on there, but it's amazing, and I don't hate him for it, but it's entertaining as hell.
No, so let's go back to this video interview series I've been doing. I've been trying to get to know the people behind the Twitter accounts, and this is Eric Patterson, EPatGolf, and who are you? Where are you in this quarantine right now? You're up in Canada, or no?
Yeah, I'm in Toronto, so it's, I guess, the same as you guys, but hunkering down. It's cold outside, so no real reason to go outside. But
it snowed today.
Yeah, it was snowing here too. It's
so dumb.
I'm not dying to get out and go play golf like some of the other people I see down in Florida, but we're getting through it. It's tough with no sports on, but again, I mean, this is the hand we've been dealt.
So then you have a job that requires you to edit sports articles, and there are none. Then what are you doing?
Well, I'm definitely not as busy as I was a week ago, but yeah, basically I watch and write about and comment on golf for a living, so it's
but incredible. Is the Score a Canadian company or is it American? Where is the Score located? Do you know?
The Score originally it was a TV channel here in Canada, so it has a lot of name recognition and brand recognition up here. And then a few years ago they sold the TV, and now they have an app. And we are moving into. We have like a wicked app. I recommend everyone to check it out for scores.
Dude, I used to have the ESPN app on my phone. I can even show you my front page. I deleted the shit out of the ESPN one. I'm using the Score one.
That's like we, competitors with them, and now we're getting into the betting space. We have a sports book in New Jersey that we're going to hopefully roll out through a bunch of other states as it becomes more and more legal. But, obviously right now it's not ideal, but
yeah. Can you bet in Canada? Is it legal?
We can bet on parlays only through like a government lottery. Yeah. So we have minimum 3 parlays. You can't do any single game betting, and the odds are like, if you're betting them, you're pretty much losing money guaranteed. It's a terrible, terrible system, but we do have it. So, I mean, it'll eventually come to single game betting, but just not yet.
Well, so how did you end up at the Score? Have you always been into fantasy sports and watching sports and golf in general, or you just kind of fell into it? What did you do before you started doing this?
I was actually in mechanical engineering. I used to design like hospitals and HVAC systems in high-rise condos and stuff. So
that's not exactly sports related.
No, it's far from it. But I did that obviously I did my undergrad there, and then I did a couple of years in the industry, and just, it wasn't for me. And then I just picked up sports writing on the side. I wrote for the Fantasy Golf Degenerates, which I'm sure everyone's aware of. I wrote for Rick Gaiman at DFS On Demand. Again, this is all like after hours stuff between my regular job and, like most people do, it's a hobby. And then the Score actually posted they were looking for a golf writer, like a news editor for golf. And it's literally a 5-minute walk from my condo. So it couldn't have worked any better. I mean, there's so much luck that is involved, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity. 100%. But I mean, I took advantage of it and quit my engineering job, and now I talk and do this all day. So can't complain.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah. Now, we're a DFS kind of associated podcast. We talk about the names and the reasons, and every week you go through DraftKings pricing, whatever. You don't necessarily fall in line to that as much as you fall in line to just being a general sports guy, Rube, whatever. What did you have a background in fantasy sports? Do you come from someone that likes fantasy sports? Do you have a passion for that? Why? And then why golf too?
I mean, I think everyone's kind of dabbled in all the fantasy sports. Obviously started with football, played baseball way back, but then found that extremely boring. And now it kind of grew into, as golf kind of picked up, I, kind of fell in love with the game. I grew up playing it, and then kind of stopped watching through university and stuff, like golf itself. I just really no time for it, which is kind of standard. And then when I figured out, there's this booming, I could see it being a booming industry in golf and sports betting, fantasy golf. So I just kind of fell in love with the game maybe 5 years ago, and now it's taken off from there. It's I've more fallen in love with like the research aspect of it all, as a side to like, making money on it. I definitely don't try to do that. And for me, when you tried to do that, I started losing more. So I just started, falling in love with the research of it, finding guys you like, spreading
we love it.
information.
We do the homework. I love doing the homework, and then we take the tests, and you get the grades that we say it each week. It's fun to do, whether you're getting an A or an F. I mean, putting in the work and trying things out, and that's like just the fun of it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a hobby. It's something I love to do. So it's not a business for me. I don't make money off of it doing that, but I do enjoy it, and spend a lot of time looking at numbers and crunching data, looking at course history and all that type of stuff that we all spend way too much time
do you
doing.
play DraftKings at all or not even?
I do. I dabble, like a couple lineups a week, but nothing like I'm not making 150 max entering the biggest contest. But
now, are you always picking Tommy Fleetwood? Is Tommy Fleetwood your guy? Like, what's up with the picture? You've had it for a while, I think.
I have had it. He was my guy like early on in the days. I think I had him at the 2017 U.S. Open, which it was kind of his coming out party at Erin Hills. And then I don't know. I think anytime you see a guy with long hair and a headband on the golf course, he's an intriguing character, and I just kind of
definitely. So he was wearing that picture. That picture that's
from like the Dubai Omega Dubai Classic, one of those Middle Eastern tournaments. He looks like he got off like the tennis court. So I just
it looks like the character out of the Royal Tannenbaums.
Yeah, it's not a look you typically see. I hope he brings it back one day, but we'll see.
I used to have the long hair. I just got it cut. I've been known to look like Tommy Fleetwood on the range, but yeah, I got to clean it up, when my wife tells you to.
My hair gets turns into
you got the fro.
So I don't really grow it out that much.
So we've been asking people we're talking to, now you say I've only played a couple lineups a week or whatever, but are you still rocking a little bit of a mega profit every once in a while? Have you had a claim to fame? What's your proudest betting moment? Do you have one?
Proudest moment? It definitely isn't on DraftKings. I'll tell you that for free. I had a run last year that was pretty good. Hit Keith Mitchell at the Honda. Then I had the first round leader on Vegas at Bay Hill, and then Molinari Bay Hill. So that was like a bang, bang, bang. That was a pretty nice run. I feel like I think I've hit 3 of Koepka's majors, whether it's been in play or pre. So I've got a thing for Koepka. So
you say
nothing that really stands out in play.
You say pre-bet?
Well, pre for the 2017
gotcha.
U.S. Open. And then I think it was Shinnecock where he opened with a bogey, or he struggled early, and then I think he fell down to 66-1 maybe after the first round or second round, and then hit him there. So it's just I love that aspect of it too, trying to find in play action. Definitely. But it's a slippery slope, as we all know.
Yes, exactly. So what's your weekly process like though? So does the score make you do something on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and then you're just required to watch sports all day Thursdays? I mean, this job sounds like ideal.
I typically have Monday or Tuesday off. I'll work Wednesday at the weekend. So Mondays and Tuesdays are my off days, and those are actually days where I spend a lot of time, listening to podcasts, gathering information, that type of stuff. And then Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll go in and write the latest news. I'll have a betting preview that comes out pretty much every week when I'm in. But yeah, weekly process. It's as soon as those odds drop, I start diving in and figuring out who I like. Usually it's one guy that'll just jump out right away. Then I'm done, sold, and then you probably won't be able to convince me otherwise. And then there's always those fringe guys that you just have to dive a bit deeper into. I have my favorites, obviously. I love betting Xander, even though he doesn't probably win as much would like him to, but he's someone I have my favorites. I have biases, which is probably not great for this industry, but that's just something I enjoy betting guys. I have fun following guys, so I'm not going to write a guy off because I don't like him, or I'm not going to only play this guy because I like him. But
so then how many bets are you making a week? Is this this is a general question. I know that you don't want to do, but what if you're new to betting and you have no clue? Are you betting the top 5 guys? Are you betting a long shot? Are you picking few guys? What's your normal card look like?
Yeah, it definitely depends on the week. Usually it'll be 3 to 4 guys, depending on their odds. Obviously, I try to live in the mid range there. They know the 25s to 50s. I typically avoid the top just because golf, as we all know, is so variable. There's so much that goes into it. The favorites rarely win as much as the odds say they will, but you know, I'm never going to be the guy, you know, Rory at 5 to 1 and wins that. So
no, you're not
I live in that mid-range.
That's not you. That's my stupid co-host, Eric Martins, always loves that top price guy. He cannot get out of his mind that the guy, oh, he's gonna win. I mean, he's playing so well, so easily, and then he just misses the cut.
I mean, he comes in probably puffing his chest once in a while when they do win, but I mean,
that's 1 or 2 times a year,
guys. Yeah,
exactly.
Hey,
well, anyway,
more than some people can take credit for.
Well, so what's some advice you'd give to you know, you've done this a while now. You've learned how to not do things. Are you more like, do you go after one thing? Like you said, you open up the betting board and you see someone. What makes you click that guy right away? What's coming to your mind?
I mean, when you watch as much golf as I do, I feel like I pick up on, you know, even if they're not, you know, coming up on the leaderboard, but I'll know when guys go low. I'll know when guys are playing well and maybe not scoring well. I'm always, you know, checking shot link data. So I know when guys aren't putting well, or, you know, they had a bad day with their irons or whatever it might be. I don't really need that much time to dive into like recent results. I kind of see a guy, I'm like, I know he's playing well. And then I also know their course history, and then I'll just be like instant bang. I like this play.
Are you a big stat guy? I mean, you worked for Rick Run Good. Are you using his stuff?
I do. I try not to like look too much into it, because you can, you know, the more buttons you click, the more stats you try to filter it through. It's just like you either end up liking everyone or you end up not liking anyone. It's just you can overanalyze it too. So it's a lot of the time the most success I've found is instant like gut reaction. Like this feels like this type of, as unscientific as that is. Sometimes it is the play. Like I think it was Justin Thomas at Bridgestone a few years ago. He opened it like 40 to 1. It's like, what are we doing here? He should have been half the price. So it's sometimes those work, sometimes it doesn't. But a lot of it is, you know, just being very familiar with the players and just, you know, kind of reacting to what my gut says early on. And then, you know, as the week goes on, I will sorry to interrupt you. I'll use stats to kind of I'll use stats to weed out some of the lower tier guys, or try to find some value on guys further down on the board that, you know, might not typically pop as soon as I look at it. But those are the ones when you're trying to make, you know, decide between two dudes, that I'll look at stats to help me figure that one out.
So what's up with you now that, I mean, there's no golf. I know you're so this is Monday. What day is it? The 23rd of March. This probably won't come out for a week or so. You're doing something tonight with Rick Run Good. You've got at least something to do. But what's going on in the next couple of weeks? Are you going to go into esports, or are you going to learn about Dancing with the Stars fantasy or something?
I mean, in terms of work, there's still stuff to write about. It's obviously all negative news at this point, which definitely sucks. So, you know, tournaments being canceled. You know, postponed, all that. So I have to keep up with that kind of news, what players are saying about it. But in terms of like hobbies and whatever, there's not much going on. I mean, I'm looking at mini tour golf right now, looking at there's a couple events going on in Florida as we speak. So that's the stuff, again, looking into guys I've never even heard of, but still trying to find, you know, their recent results, or where they're from, or where, like, if they're playing well. So that's the stuff I do enjoy, and I'm still doing it for as long as I guess there is sports being played.
Right. So what's your prediction? Do you think something's going to happen? Are they going to play the Masters this year? Is it going to start up again in June, or what's going on? What are your predictions?
I mean, I am maybe a bit pessimistic in this. I think we could see, you know, in August, September, golf starts up again, which it pains me to say, because my job is to watch and follow and talk about golf, and when there's no sports being played, it definitely sucks. But I think, you know, I don't think, I've said this before, I don't think golf's going to be the first sport back, as it might seem like it could be the first sport back, but the way they kind of handled the players, and they were the last ones to take a step out of the sports world, it kind of left a little bit of a black mark on it. I don't know. People kind of took that the wrong way, as maybe they weren't treating it as serious as they should have. So I don't think golf's going to be like rushing back to, force a tournament when, the situation hasn't settled down yet.
For sure.
Which sucks for us, right. But I mean, that's the reality.
Yeah, that's why I got to do these interviews and pretend like I'm making up crap on Twitter and hoping to entertain people. It's just like, whatever.
All that I see right now in the golf world is left-handed swing videos and workout videos from PGA Tour pros, and it's a tough scene. Like Rory and Billy Horschel are doing a Peloton challenge. It's like, this is not the golf I want to be following right now. But
it's kind of lame. Dude, we're all going to get the like pent up appetite though. And it's just when it's coming back, we're going to we're going to be ready to jump in. It's going to be great.
I could see a schedule come out in September where it's, PGA Championship, Open Championship, U.S. Open, Ryder Cup, Masters, bang, 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 like 5 weeks in a row.
Oh my God.
It's going to be chaos.
That'd be so good. I would love that. The golfers probably wouldn't love that as much.
The golfers would definitely hate it, but maybe spread it every other week or something. That'd be pretty fun. Have throw the John Deere Classic in there for
Let everyone skip
people.
Those.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, again, tell us where we could find you, and thanks again for coming on.
Yeah, you can find me at EPatGolf on Twitter. I highly recommend, again, the Score app. Download it. If you're in New Jersey, bet on it, although there's probably not a lot to bet on right now. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on. I could definitely keep talking if you'd need me to, but I understand that.
Dude, we'll have you back. I might have to do these all summer. I don't know. We'll have to talk about something else in a couple weeks. And let's continue to keep throwing out those viral videos and gaining those followers. And maybe someday we can monetize this stuff, right?
That's the dream.
Well, you're the man, dude. I appreciate your time and enjoy that Rick Run Good tonight and doing that match play thing. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Checking that out for sure.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks again for having me. And stay warm there in Minnesota.
Yeah, no shit. Take it easy. Appreciate it.
See ya.